All right, welcome to Hoops Tracker. Jerry Howard, your host. Hoops Tracker, your source for Colorado girls basketball. We have a special guest today. We have Sydney Martin from Stanley Lake and BC Denver. Sydney, welcome to the show.
Nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, Sydney, you're one of our top players in the 2027 class. I know that this season, this spring, you were playing really well. You had an injury, but let's talk about your time before that because you were crushing it. You're one of the few 27s that had scholarship offers going into the spring season. And then, you picked up a couple in April, but talk about you're playing with BC Denver and some of those tournaments because I saw you in Dallas. You were playing extremely well. Um, Talk about your development up until your injury.
The main focus for this summer was really just to kind of develop more as like a perimeter player. For high school, I feel like I was mostly like a slasher, just trying to get to the basket.
Mm-hmm.
So the focus was really just to kind of develop like a perimeter shot, um, become more like better ball handling, that kind of stuff. And I
Mm-hmm.
think I was on a good start at the beginning of club season. And then, yeah, I ended up getting injured, but we're still working on that stuff right now, too. So,
Very cool. Now, like I said, you were one of the hot 27 prospects going into this season. Right before May, you tore your ACL at a preseason tournament.
hmm
Um, Now I know how hard that is because you've been working really hard, but share with our viewers because some people are going to experience it now, some people are going to experience it later, but injuries come.
hmm
But I know that was a little disappointing for you, but talk and share a little bit about how you felt when that happened and then afterwards.
when it happened, obviously it's really devastating just to kind of hear the timeline that you're going to be out for 9 to 12 months. It's just kind of a hard pill to swallow.
Hmm.
But I think as the process has kind of gone on a little bit, I'm at around 3.5 months after surgery. So now I'm getting allowed to do more stuff. I'm almost cleared to run and jump. So just kind of seeing that progress and getting better every day. I think that's something that kind of changes your mindset a little bit,
Hmm.
changes your perspective and your focus. Um, Throughout this process so far, I've really just kind of focused on the journey and the process of just getting better every day and
Hmm.
really actually enjoying that instead of just kind of wanting to skip that part and skip to the end where I'm playing again.
Right.
Um, so yeah, it's more about the process and the focus of getting better every day than it is like the destination. So I think that's what
Yeah.
I kind of found through this
That's
process.
really good. I mean, one of the we've talked with multiple players that have torn their ACL, and one of the things that they've said after the fact was having that time sitting on the bench, listening to the coach, sitting next to the coach, and then watching the games with the coach really helped them develop as a player, and they wouldn't trade it for the world. Talk about your experience, because I mean, you have some really good coaches at BC Denver. You had Coach Durrell, Coach Chris, you had Coach Enoch. I know your little sister played on his team, but talk about that experience for you and what you've learned so far just from the summer, because you weren't able to get out on the court, but you were at those games.
Yeah. It's really just a new perspective. Like you kind of see things from a different light. I know for me when I would watch, especially my sister play, because she's kind of working on the same things, trying to develop like her perimeter game and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot easier to kind of see when a pull up or a three might be open. It's a lot easier to kind of read the game from the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know in the game you're making like split second decisions, but kind of seeing it unfold from a different perspective is kind of nice. I feel like I've learned a lot. And then on top of that, I've been kind of watching film on myself too, just
Mm-hmm.
kind of seeing that perspective, but like watching myself play.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when I come back, hopefully I'll see the game a little differently. We'll see though.
Well, I mean, that's great that you're watching film of yourself and taking in that current perspective. But, you know, um, when you're on the court and things are happening like this, right? Like
Yeah,
you
it's
said, split
fast.
second decisions, it's a little faster, but watching film of yourself, slowing it down, does that help you process it a little bit quicker in your mind? When you are on the court, when you're practicing shooting.
Yeah, I think it gives me like kind of cues to look for when I'm in the game, when I'm kind of practicing, like envisioning different scenarios happening. If I can
Mhm.
see it a few times, kind of slower, and think about it like watching film or watching a game on the sideline,
Mhm.
then I think when I see those cues in game in like an actual live situation, I think I would read those a little better.
Gotcha. What for you, what has been the hardest part about this process with the ACL?
Um, Definitely just knowing that you're not going to be able to play for 9 months.
Hmm.
That was really tough to just hear.
Hmm.
Um, but for me specifically this year, my younger sister just came to Stanley Lake, so not getting to play with her is really tough. And she's got a few freshmen coming in who I'm friends with. We just got a new coach who's really good, Coach Enoch.
Uh-huh.
So that part's pretty difficult to kind of cope with.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I'm really excited for next year because they should still all be there and then get to play
Hmm.
together. So.
Well, since you brought it up, Stanley Lake has a brand new coach, has an influx of players. What were you looking forward to most? Because I know your little sister's pretty good and you guys are pretty tight. So what were you looking forward most to this season with her?
Honestly, she's just like one of my best friends. Like we played together in middle school. We were on the same club team,
Hmm.
and it's just like so much fun. And then obviously like her skill set, she's super skilled. She's a really selfless point guard. And
Hmm.
whenever you have somebody who's willing to pass the ball and make reads, like the right read almost every time, that's just like somebody who you want to play with. So I was super excited for that. Ireland, she's another freshman. She makes really good reads too. She passes well. She handles the ball well. So yeah, just getting to play with them. And then Chloe Miller, she's another freshman, but she's just really talented. So
Hmm.
be a fun group.
Well, and I was gonna say Chloe's a little bit bigger, so it'd be nice to have another post presence for you guys at Stanley Lake to help with that. And then just with you've known Coach Enoch because you guys, because he's your sister's club coach and stuff like that. But what does Coach Enoch talk to you about, or even if you've had those conversations about your role coming in this season and stuff like that?
He told me that I'm like 100% part of the team. Like he wants me there for practices, for games and everything.
Hmm.
He said that I would be there to practice, and at that point, like I'd be able to do a little bit more, so I could actually like do some of the stuff at practice, which would be nice. But
Hmm.
yeah, he's been nothing but encouraging. I'm super thankful to have him.
Okay, so next season we have Stanley Lake ranked in our top five for Hoops Tracker. Talk to me about this team. And, you have, 5A, there's a lot of good teams. And the teams that were in the Final Four last year have a legitimate shot at being back because they didn't graduate too many people.
Yeah.
But talk about the 5A landscape and playing this year.
I think 5A is gonna be really competitive this year,
Mhm.
especially once we get down to kind of in March when we're playing in the tournament.
Mhm.
I think Green Mountain, obviously, they haven't graduated many people.
Mhm.
They have Canton, she's a skilled guard.
Mhm.
I think what's tough about them is just their ball movement. They just move the
Mhm.
ball so well. They'll look for the open person. They'll get a good shot every time. Um, I mean, Windsor, they're always good. They got some good
Mhm.
guards. And
You got
yeah,
Mead.
Mead
You
is
got
pretty
Mead and
good. Yeah,
Mullen.
Mullen's
So
also good too.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll be competitive for sure. I'm excited
Yeah.
to I'm excited to be there though to watch.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to talk about 6A because I know you can talk a little bit more freely about 6A, but there's a lot of parity. So Sienna graduates. Valor has two big kids that graduate. Legend, who is in the finals, graduates their top six.
Yeah.
They have a lot. What is your thought on 6A next year? Because there's a lot of good teams in 6A, but some don't lose any talent, and then there's going to be some different players in the mix. So what's your
Yeah.
thought there?
I think Northfield is going to be really good this year. I think they're going to be definitely a contender to win.
Hmm.
Highlands Ranch is always good. They have a really like a lot of young talent.
Hmm.
Um, Riverdale Ridge, I mean, they still got Brianna Crittenton, so they're going to be tough. I don't know. That should be really competitive too. They should have some good teams.
Yeah, and you got Valor, you got
Yeah.
Cherokee Trail, that is played really well this summer. There's like 5 or 6 or even 8 teams, maybe even 10 that could win it depending on who gets hot. You brought up a good thing about Northfield because they get the twins that transferred in
Yeah.
from Cherry Creek, and they'll probably be cleared to play. And they are super athletic and fast, and so it'll be really interesting. You got any preseason predictions for 6A?
Um, I think Riverdale Ridge. I think that's who I'm gonna go with this year.
Yeah, I mean, they've got Bree Crittenden. They
Yeah.
actually don't graduate anybody. They have Chloe
Yeah.
Parker, who just committed to Air Force. Bree Crittenden's flying back from Tennessee. She was at her first visit for Tennessee. So, and she's one of the top 5 players in the nation. So it'll be really interesting to see if anybody can knock them off. But I know you have a few friends over at Broomfield. Um, so Broomfield should be in the mix, like you
They
mentioned.
should be good too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Reese blew up this summer, Paige, and they got a lot of good talent. Actually, one of your club teammates is probably going to be one of the starting point guards at
Mhm.
Broomfield. So, no, that sounds great. Well, hey, Sydney, we wish you well. We hope your recovery goes quick and fast, and we hope to see you on the court. But like we talked about beforehand, don't rush things, but push yourself because you're still one of the top players in the 25 class. You still have a bunch of D1 offers and can't wait to watch you back on the court. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, you have a great day and thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. You as well. Thanks for having me.
You bet.